talk about financial data. It's the lifeblood of any business, right? But with so much of it, how do you actually find the signal in the noise? Well, today we're going to pop the hood on the SAP S4HANA reporting toolkit. We're going to show you the exact instruments that professionals use to turn raw, messy numbers into real strategic clarity.
I mean, this is the big challenge for pretty much any modern company. You are literally swimming in a sea of data. So the real question isn't whether you have the data. Of course you do. It's how you turn that ocean of information into a clear, actionable picture of where your business is headed.
And look, the solution here isn't some single magic button you can press. It's a complete toolkit where every single instrument is designed for a very specific job. So today, we're opening up that kit to explore the 5 essential tools that deliver that financial clarity everyone's looking for.
Okay, but before we even open the toolbox, we have to talk about the engine it runs on, SAP S4HANA. The easiest way to think about it is as the digital core, the central nervous system of a company. It's the one single source of truth where all the vital financial data lives and breathes, right now, in real time. Everything we're about to talk about, it all starts here.
And that brings us to the core idea for this whole explainer. The reporting solutions inside S4HANA are just like a professional mechanic's toolbox. You know, using the right tool for the right job doesn't just make you faster, it gives you a fundamentally better result. You wouldn't use a wrench to hammer a nail, right? Well, the exact same principle applies here. So let's kick things off with the tools you're probably going to use every single day. Think of these as the hammers and screwdrivers of the toolkit, the absolute workhorses for all those routine questions and analyses that, just keep the business running smoothly. Okay, picture this. You're a manager, you're deep in a task, you're in the zone, and you just need to check a key financial figure, fast. You don't have time to log into some other system or call up an analyst and wait. You need that answer right now, right where you're working. The tool for that job is Embedded Analytics. This is your built-in instant reporting solution. It uses these modern dashboards called Fiori apps, and you can see standard stuff like cash flow reports instantly. But the real magic? It's the drill down. With just a couple of clicks, you can go from that super high-level summary all the way down to a single accounting line item. It is all about speed and convenience.
But hey, let's be real for a second. For so many people in finance, Microsoft Excel is home base. It's their natural habitat. It's where they're most comfortable doing that deep, flexible, custom analysis. So what does the S4HANA toolkit have for them?
The answer is our second everyday tool, SAP Analysis for Office. And this perfectly shows that whole right tool for the job idea. So on one hand, Embedded Analytics is for those quick checks inside the system, but Analysis for Office lets you pull that same live, trusted data directly into Excel. You get to slice it, dice it, build whatever custom reports you want, combining the raw power of SAP with the total familiarity of a spreadsheet. Okay, so we've covered the everyday hand tools. Now let's shift to the strategic level. We're graduating to the power tools now, the ones that are designed to give leadership a dynamic, big-picture view of the entire business. The need here is totally different. C-level execs, they aren't looking at raw data tables. They need to see trends, KPIs, and really compelling visualizations that blend financial data with insights from sales, from operations, you name it, all in one place. So how do you build that strategic command center? The answer is SAP Analytics Cloud, or SAC. This is your strategic business intelligence layer. And trust me, it's way more than just pretty charts. It's about blending all these different data sources, using AI to actually uncover hidden insights, and even predicting what might happen next. This is where you connect those high-level analytics directly to your financial planning. It's a true analytical powerhouse. And here's the absolute game changer. SAC connects live to your S4HANA system. There's no data lag, no waiting for an overnight refresh. When an executive looks at a dashboard, they aren't seeing yesterday's numbers. They are seeing the business as it is, right now. That's what enables truly informed, up-to-the-minute decisions. All right, let's shift gears again. Now we're going to look at the specialists corner of the toolbox. These are the precision instruments. They're built for expert users who are handling very specific, absolutely mission-critical financial processes. Anybody who's ever worked in finance knows the feeling, that intense pressure of the month-end close. It's a total race against the clock to consolidate data, validate every single number, and make sure everything is 100% accurate. This is a process that demands structure and perfect transparency. The tool for this high-stakes job is called Review Booklets. It's a dedicated Fiori app, basically a dashboard built specifically for group accountants. Think of it as a guided workflow for the entire closing process. It's got predefined pages for the balance sheet, the P&L, cash flow, and it walks the user through analyzing variances, giving them a really clear path to validate every number with complete transparency. So, the data is all consolidated, it's validated. Now it's time for the final mile. Packaging everything up into the official financial statements that go out to regulators and the public. This is the last critical step in the whole reporting journey. Now, to really get this next part, we need to know a key term, XBRL. Don't worry, it's pretty simple. It's just a global standard for digitally tagging financial data. This makes reports machine readable, which lets regulators instantly process and analyze info from thousands of companies. And in many parts of the world, it's not optional, it's mandatory. And the tool for this final mile is SAP Disclosure Management. It handles the entire process, end to end. First, it pulls all that validated data from S4HANA. Then it automates the creation of the reports. It helps manage team collaboration so everyone's on the same page. And finally, it publishes the output in all the required formats, including that critical XBRL tagging. So there you have it. We've seen the everyday tools, the big strategic power tools, and the precision instruments for the experts. Now let's just take a step back and bring it all together to see the complete toolkit in action.
This slide really puts it all together, doesn't it? For a quick check, the daily user grabs their screwdriver. That's embedded analytics. For a deep, flexible analysis, the financial analyst uses their whole wrench set. That's analysis for Office. For the executive's high-level strategic view, they need the power drill, SAP Analytics Cloud. And for the super precise tasks of closing and filing, the experts rely on their calipers and torque wrench. That's Review Booklets and Disclosure Management, a perfect tool for every single user and every single task.
And this right here is probably the most important takeaway of all. These are not 5 disconnected tools that you have to somehow piece together. They are one integrated intelligence system. All of them draw from that single source of truth in S4HANA to deliver the right clarity to the right person at exactly the right time. You know, it's pretty clear this toolkit automates and streamlines a huge part of the reporting process, and that leaves us with a really fascinating final thought. As these powerful tools handle more and more of the what, how does that free up financial professionals to focus on the why, and more importantly, the what's next? Because that ultimately is where the real value of human insight is always going to shine through. Thanks for joining us.